We have over 240 registered in-house counsel here today with us from all industries. Today's event in particular is the result of pooled resources from ALM's award-winning publications, The American Lawyer, The Asian Lawyer, and newly acquired China Law and Practice and Legal Week. Now I'd like to introduce Michelle Wei, General Counsel Asia for Flextronics, and Mr. William Hay, General Counsel for Baring Private Equity Asia Limited.
So good morning, everyone. I'm Michelle Wei, the General Counsel Asia at Flextronics, also a member of Executive Committee at HKCCA, if you know that, in Hong Kong Corporate Counsel Association.
And I'm Will Hay, General Counsel of Baring Private Equity Asia. And I've been at many of these, I know many of you, and look forward to having a wonderful conference with everybody.
So let's kick off with Professor Daniel Kais from Illinois talk.
Well, thank you very much. It's my great pleasure to be here to offer this opening address here today. And I want to thank everyone for coming, and I want to thank ALM and ILTA and all the other sponsors for this wonderful event. It's already played out through the history of finance over the last 50 years. In some ways, it looks a lot like financial technology, i.e. fin legal tech. Litigation, it's properly characterizing the risk or exposure associated with a lawsuit. The one area of AI that's extremely attractive to lawyers is natural language processing, because the law is so language-centered. I could go talk to a bunch of experts about that. These are sort of highly compensated, highly intelligent. Why you might care about this, not because you care about this specifically topic, but I want you to get an insight that everything is a version of this, actually.
Good morning, everybody. I'm going to remain in my comfort zone. In the brief overview that I'm about to provide, I will primarily focus on the tackling of money laundering and corruption. Now, there are two aspects of this legislation that I want to focus on. One is the offence provision of money laundering. So there's a defence, especially somebody that is working in a financial institute. Now, this doesn't appear in the offence provision in relation to private sector and any other agency or authority, domestic or foreign, in relation to all matters.
Before we break for coffee.
My name is Sarah Bauer. I'm a partner at KPMG. I'm the Chief Legal Counsel. I'm also the head of our regulatory practice, and we deal with them both from our own perspective and auditing Chinese clients.
Hi, my name is Vivian. I work for NetApp. So NetApp briefly is a company listed in the US, and it provides data management solutions.
Hi, I'm Jessica Pyman. I'm the MD of Mintz Group Hong Kong. We have quite a strong focus on China, but we do work all over the world. Moving out because they see that the lay of the land is different. Also to have information aggregated.
Read carefully because evidence.
E-discovery and its related subjects between courts and lawyers, clients and
TMT team and my practice covers
data analytics and big picture knowledge.
27 EU countries out there too. Microsoft has been making a compliance to before the US House of the Representatives, because it needs to balance.
Online for the head office in Singapore. It was very was a chance for the bigger
it gets, the easier it is for companies, governments, crooks, whatever.
Transformation processes. Rather than 3 years later having to take a reactive approach and complaining about the cost of compliance and worst case successes for China, then I really think you're missing a trick. And
I'm here to offer up the sell side perspective with regard to outbound M&A.
Well, my name is Raymond. I'm with Unbound Insurance Group. I sit in the international division based in Hong Kong.
Hi, I'm David Liu, partner of Fujie Partners. Two of my partners started about two and a half months ago.
My name is Pat Rowe, and I'm a partner in the DC office of McGuire Woods. I work in our white collar. And
with a Fortune 500 company that ran an acquisition, where the money's coming from, but what would be.
And one of the fanciful ideas that we think about from time to time.
management and control, and connectivity and communication irreversible change in our global market for legal services, including improving budgeting, improving financial systems, has over 220 financial institutions as subscribers.
Basically having transparency of what we wanted to do is tasked to create a team that can score lots of
money trends in various ways.
I'm Paul Hastings here in Hong Kong, corporate practitioner, but we have a significant China practice that focuses on inbound transactions.
This for the cash flow. The trend for China is really because the social security network. There's only one.
Especially, you know, with the exception of AIG, everybody's going JV in China. That's the law, right?
That stuff has foreign players that are established and are just...
It's actually very so-called circumspect.
Higher level of sophistication with these partners.
We're very pleased to be here today and to share a little bit about some of the China outbound disputes matters.
I'm Jim Jameson, and I'm the General Counsel of Deloitte in China.
Potential acquirers, investors, private equity houses on various different deals and acquisitions.
So I'm a senior counsel at Goldman Sachs. I began my practice in private practice in the U.S.
Mustafa, have you got a sense as to how should we put together the deals in the new
to themselves pull down their own BI structure and reclaim.
It's an interesting, I think, interplay between wanting to have a piece of the business and actually not wanting.
It's from the get-go very consistently. So, you know, when...
A bigger role and a bigger player in the global stage. I think the real challenge is how do we balance.
Thank you very much for a wonderful panel.
Discovery services software provider in the world. And people pay them a lot of money to get their research. The lab is looking for other groups that are trying to move up there. It's not advanced. Totally different research. Very valuable.
Organically developing their own data privacy, data transfer.
Main general counsel function still lies in, we are also dealing with the practicalities, data localization trends, right? I mean, these are clashes.
Topically, where do you think there's the most common ground and where do you find most friction?
I think the most friction is...
We're going to sort of follow today for today's panel was, I was going to do a brief overview, which is a rules-based decision-making and identification that caused the turning yellow versus the bleed light. Experts are actually doing. I mentioned earlier, this is a big challenge when we have
something that we're doing, whether it's data-driven types of projects. If you've got a partner that's going to require vetting, actually, there's a place that they can go to and get that information.
This is the culture of your organisation. I think that's one of the things where I think you get a lot of pushback from lawyers. They come back and say, particularly in the commercial list where it's being piloted, to try e-discovery.
So it's a little bit chicken and egg. I mean, where do you start? Last year was that there was a period of time looking at opportunities that there will be people out in the business.
Well, all the fancy algorithms one make of that. You look at our field, there's big assumptions being made. We're writing a custom insurance product. You would never do that.
No. And I think that's just the reality.
Work that would have taken a team of 100, taken a team similar to firms that legal process outsource and don't do so.
I'm an American lawyer and a professor at Waseda University School of Law in Tokyo, Japan. And so I am the law and policy kid in the group, and I'm the only girl. Notice only 3 from our loosely defined. So have a judge from India who's written the country-specific chapter for India. Look at what kinds of coverage there is.